Welcome to Fusion 360. Let's start by coming over here to the top left, and we're going to click here where it says File. I'm going to scroll down and click on New Design. We are now in a new design. We're going to come over here to the top left, and I'm going to click on this little arrow. This is going to expand this folder called Origin, and we're going to see that there are 7 items inside this folder. We have 3 planes, 1, 2, 3. We also have 3 axes, an X, a Y, and a Z. The last thing we have is the origin point, the center, the middle of this part. We're going to start by clicking on the XZ plane, and we're going to come over here to where it says Create Sketch. I'm going to click on Create Sketch, and I'm going to click on Center Diameter Circle. Let's come over here, and I'm going to click on that center point, the origin, and I'm going to drag out. And as you could see, there's this field that opens where we can change the size. So I'm going to click 7 on the keyboard, and I'm going to hit Enter. And now I have a 7 centimeter circle. So now that we've created this circle, it's a closed shape. And since it's a closed shape, we can create a solid part using this shape. I'm going to come over here and click on this tab that says Solid. And I'm going to click where it says here Extrude. And if I click on this arrow and drag it up, you can see that it's created a solid extrusion of that circle. So you can see over here, there are many different options that we can choose from when we edit our extrude feature. I can, for instance, make this 2-sided, and now I can drag on this arrow and you can see that there's extra distance coming from the bottom of the shape, not just from the top. I can also make this symmetric so that in both directions, above and below the circle, you have the same amount of height. So I'm going to make this one side. We can also add a taper angle to this cylinder by coming over here to where it says taper angle, highlighting the text in the box, and we can type in, for instance, 6, and that will make the taper angle 6 degrees. I can also put a negative sign in front of it, and you see that it comes the other way. Now let's think about all the ways that we can rotate and move this part around. If I hold down my middle mouse button, I can pan the part. I can also come down here and click here where it says Orbit. And now I can rotate this part by holding down the left mouse button and moving my mouse. We can also rotate the part using absolutes. Let's come over here to the top right, and we'll click on the view cube here where it says Top. That's going to automatically rotate the part so that we're looking at it from the top. I can also select one of these arrows on the side, and that's going to rotate the part based on which arrow I select. I can use this cube to look at absolute top, front, left, right, back, and the underside. I'm also going to click on this arrow right here on the bottom right, and I'm going to make sure that orthographic is selected. Let's rotate the part to look at the front face. I'll click on the bottom arrow, and that will swing the part to be looking at the front face. So let's come over here, and we're going to click on XY for the XY plane, and we're going to come over here and Create Sketch. I'm going to come over here and click on this 2-point rectangle, and I'm going to hover over the origin point, and if I just drag up without holding down the mouse button, I can click somewhere up here, and now when I drag out this rectangle, it's going to have 2 fields, the length and the height. I'm going to make this length 5 and hit Tab on the keyboard. And when I hit Tab, it's going to switch it to the other field. And I'm also going to type in 2 for this one. And I'm going to hit Enter. So that's a shortcut you can use. You can hit Tab to switch between the fields. So from here, I'm going to finish sketch, and I'm going to come over here and click on Revolve. And it's going to automatically select the profile that we made. For the axis, I'm going to select this line right here, the one that's in line with the origin. And you're going to see that it mirrored that shape all around. Now I can actually rotate the part by clicking on the corner of the view cube. You can see that it's actually made this revolve, and I can grab on the revolve, and if I want to, I can rotate it at will to whatever amount of degrees between 0 and 360 that I want. So I can, for instance, leave it here and hit OK. So all of these features and all of these things that we create, there's a history of them. And that history is what's called a timeline. And that timeline is here on the bottom left of the screen. It has every sketch as well as the features made from those sketches. So I'm going to right click and edit the sketch. You see the little icon for sketch. You see the little icon for extrude, for revolve. I'm right clicking on the icon for sketch, and you're going to see that it brings us right back into the sketch. And we have our profile here. And if I want to change this, I can make all sorts of changes to this sketch. I can come here and take a line, drag a line between these 2 points, and then I can click here where it says trim, and I can just drag and cut through those lines and shape it that way. And then I can come and drag this line. So I'm going to leave it something like that. And when I hit finish, it's going to automatically update that profile of the revolve feature based on the sketch. When we started the design of this part, we created a sketch on a plane. Planes are not the only places where we can create sketches. We can create sketches on any faces that are flat. So I can, for instance, click on this face, and I can come over here and create sketch. And you're going to see that it automatically creates a sketch on this face. So I could add a center point rectangle, drag it out, I can finish the sketch, and I can extrude right from this face. I can, in this instance, either select only this profile, or I could select this profile as well. So I'm going to hit OK. We can also create sketches on planes that we make. We can, for instance, hover over the XY plane and then come over here and click on Offset Plane. And that's what it's going to do. If I drag out, you're going to see that it's offsetting a plane from the XY plane. We're going to offset this plane and move it to about here. And I'm going to type in -6. We can orbit and click on that plane, and we're going to create a sketch on that plane. And if I create a 2-point rectangle starting from the origin and coming out, I'm not going to dimension it. I'm going to finish the sketch, and I'm going to extrude. And you can see that we can extrude back to our part. So I'm going to show you some of the conditions that we can use here. So there's a regular join extrusion, and that's going to add to our original part, but we could also cut away at the original part. For right now, we're going to make this a join, and we're going to hit OK. I'm going to come over here to the top left, and I'm going to select Create. And we're going to scroll down to where it says Mirror. I'm going to click on Mirror, and I'm going to click on this body and this other body. These are the two bodies that we have in our part, and you can also see them come up here under the Bodies folder. And I'm going to select Mirror Plane here, and I'm going to click on this face. We're going to, for operation, select New Body, and I'm going to hit OK. And what that's going to do is it's going to mirror these two bodies across this face. And now we can add some finishing touches to this part. And let's come over here and click on Fillet. And I'm going to zoom in and click on these edges. So I'm going to carefully select these edges. And once I do, I can drag on this arrow, and that's going to create this fillet, which is a radius that goes all around the part. So you can see that I'm adding a little bit more material every time I make the fillet larger. So we're going to leave it at about here, and I'm going to hit OK. Now let's come to the top again, and we're going to select Chamfer from the drop-down menu of Modify. With that selected, I'm going to click on this edge now, and the same way that I manipulated the distance of the fillet, I can manipulate the distance of the chamfer. So I'm going to drag on this arrow, and I'm going to make the chamfer bigger. Now it's time to make another plane. We'll come over here to XZ, and we'll come over to Offset Plane, and we're going to click it, and we're going to drag this plane upward above our part. Doesn't really matter how high. I'm going to hit OK, and now we're going to create a sketch on that new plane, and that sketch is going to be a circle. Put it kind of in the middle here, and we'll hit Finish Sketch. And we're going to come over to Create again. We're going to come down to Loft, and we're going to have this profile, and we're going to have this profile. And you can see what it's doing. It's actually lofting from one circle to the other. Lofting is like placing a surface between two closed profiles. I'm going to hit OK, and we're just going to change the location of the plane. And if I change the location of the plane, then it's going to change the loft. So you can see how that changes. And the last thing that we're going to go over is I'm going to come over here and click on Shell. This is, again, another very advanced feature that we're not going to cover in detail for a basics course. But we can select the face, and we can select a thickness, and we can make an attempt to shell it. And what shelling is it deletes the face that you select, basically removes that face, and then thickens all the faces inside apart. You can see kind of the basics of that here. And if we change the wall thickness, then you can get an even better idea of what this is doing. So you can see that it's shelling it out. It's deleting those two faces that we selected, and it's coring it out and then making these walls the thickness that we specified in the feature. This covers some of the basics of this software. Now, there are many other tools that we can use at our disposal, so please follow me along to the next video, and let's continue with our learning process.